Hi, my name's Tracy. I'm founder and executive director of Rise Up News. We publish Rise newspaper. Hopefully you've seen it in the community, but it is also distributed inside county jail facilities. And that's what makes us innovative and unique. We ask in every issue and online for people to write into us. We give them our address and we say, hey, tell us your story, share your poetry, your artwork. And as you can see here, we get so many submissions, which is amazing. Our paper's pretty short, so we don't always get to publish the long stories that we get. And honestly, some of them are heartbreaking. I'm going to share two with you now. One is definitely difficult to hear, and I think the other one is a little more inspiring. But both were submitted by individuals who are currently incarcerated. So the first one is from a young woman named Miranda. She says that I am 25 and I have a story that is far too common. I am talking about the epidemic that plagues my town, the disease that is human trafficking. I want nothing more than to help others to see there is a light at the end of the tunnel. When I was 8 years old, I became targeted by human traffickers through my older sister, who was already involved. At the age of 16, I was pregnant. I ran away in February of 2019 into a corner store I had frequented since childhood and refused to leave until they called the police. The cashier immediately knew it was human trafficking, and her son prayed over me in the back as we waited for the police to arrive. I feel so fortunate to have had a spiritual awakening, which is when I actually started to put forth the necessary effort to change my life. I am continuing on this path of enlightenment and keep up on my overall well-being so I can utilize any opportunity when it presents itself for me to help others. I appreciate you taking the time to read my story, and I look forward to hearing from you. Miranda, thank you for sharing your story, and unfortunately, it is far too common. And like a lot of these letters, the reality is our writers are incarcerated and behind bars, and their journey, some of them are more difficult than others, but we appreciate letters like this. Hello, first off, congratulations on a very successful idea and informative piece of literature in the Rise newspaper. I've just read it for the first time and was very pleased with the writings and articles. My cellmate and I would like to contribute to the Rise movement. We are into writing and culture literature. In other words, poems and short stories. We have enclosed a few short poems. Hold on a second. We have enclosed a few short poems for the paper. Feel free to open. We are open to criticism, and any and all feedback is appreciated. Again, congrats on a beautiful body of work for information and literature. To the Rise team, have a blessed and productive day. Sincerely, Michael and Quantius. Thank you, gentlemen, for your submission. I'd love to read the poem that you submitted. It's called Pain. People will take a mile if you let them, when you only give them an inch. So when you give them that inch, let them know that's where it ends. Always remember who brought you in this world, because you only get one. But in a blink of an eye, anyone can take you out. Inner peace and tranquility can be found by loving thy neighbor as you would love yourself. But at the end of it, always bring you pain. Nowadays, pain is not a mistake because it comes from all angles in life. But if you don't learn from them, well, just say you haven't learned your lesson in life. Thank you, gentlemen, for that submission. I go into the jail every week here at the Justice Center, and I work with women in the recovery unit. And one of the quotes that I try to instill in them is to leave the pain and take the lesson. We can carry around pain for a lifetime, and it's the lesson that will help us learn and change. Gentlemen, thank you so much for taking the time to submit your poems, but also to tell us what kind of job we're doing. I don't think necessarily people in the community understand the impact that we can have for those who are currently incarcerated. And so when we get powerful letters or congratulatory notes, we want to share them with you. And so we want to do that more often because unfortunately our paper just can't fit the length of some of these stories. And frankly, we can't always print some of the negative, horrifying journeys that individuals have shared with us that they've taken. While very valid, we can't just fit in our print edition. So we'd like to continue bringing you these letters, submissions, and letting you know that this is what's happening in your neighborhood. And please be a part of the RISE movement. Thank you very much.